And a pleasant good evening to you and to yours, and welcome back to Brevard Sports Network, where tonight we bring you Game 2 of the FHSAA Class 4A Region 4 quarterfinals. Good evening, everybody. I'm Alan Slaughterzinski, joined alongside my broadcast partner and producer tonight, downtown Kayla Brown. Last night, it was all Mustangs, and it was the Mustangs early and often. A run in the second, two in the third, four in the fourth, and two in the sixth for the 9-3 win last night. Let's give you the starting lineup for the Suncoast Chargers. Leading off and playing second base is going to be Braden Moore. Batting second tonight will be the center fielder, number 8, Colin Campbell. Batting third, and he had a heck of a defensive game last night in the hole at the shortstop position, Lee Ellis. Batting fourth and playing first base is John Simbella. On the mound tonight for Suncoast, manager Jimmy Bino is Brady Benavides. Hanley Case is in right field. Aiden Arjun is in left. The DH and batting eighth is Josh Brunston, and Jaden Aqueldo is the catcher behind the dish tonight, and over at third base being DH4 is Emmett Hassey. Aguadello. I want to make sure I say that right. Aguadello. Okay. As for the Mustangs tonight, we'll give you their lineup when they are on offense, but right now they're going to be on defense. Starting in left field is going to be Nate Bailey. Jace Brandis is in center. Asher Anderson in right. This is quite a defensive change from what we saw last night for skipper Jason Arnold. Liam Miller at third. He was behind the dish last night. Ty Brandis is at short. Braden Rolu is at second. Wesley Lawrence at first. And Grant Arnold back behind the plate tonight. Grant, one of the top catchers in the class of 2028. And on the bump tonight, the ace of the staff, Shane Patrick. Shane comes in. This is his 11th appearance, a 1.68 ERA. He's 4-2 and 58 in the third innings pitched. He's got 39. He's allowed 39 hits, 14 earned runs. He has struck out 77 and walked just 22. All right, the national anthem is complete, and we are ready to go here from Clint Hurdle Field. And last night, first three batters are going to get Braden Moore. Hanley Case led off last night. Colin Campbell second, Lee Ellis third. Last night, Braden Moore was 1 for 3 last night. Scored a run, one of the three for Suncoast last night. Oh, you're killing me, Coach. Killing me. Hey, Buster. 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 Can you slide that thing a little bit to the right? This way, just a little bit. Right there's good. And there you see Shane Patrick warming up, and this young man has pitched some gems this season, no doubt about it. Once again, it's Bailey, Brandis, and Anderson from left to right. And from third to first, it's Miller, Brandis, Rolu, and Lawrence, and Grant Arnold behind the dish tonight. As we get ready to go here from Clint Hurdle Field, other scores today, the Satellite Scorpions and the Key West Conks. Yeah, it didn't happen down in Key West today for Satellite. No sweep. They'll play Thursday at 3 o'clock, and that's a game that you'll see right here on Brevard Sports Network, courtesy of Natwick Insurance. Speaking of courtesy, tonight's and last night's game, courtesy of K&B Drywall and Painting Services. Braden Moore steps in. And here we go, Patrick. First pitch, low. Ball one. The 1-0 is 1-1. Suncoast out of Rivera Beach, Florida. And there is strike two. Moore comes in batting .274 this season. He's got 17 hits and 4 RBIs. He's behind in the count, 1 and 2. Patrick, the 1-2 is swinging and missing. Strikeout number one for Patrick, and that'll bring up the team's one of the team's hitters over 300. Colin Campbell, the senior, batting .309 this year. 25 hits, 13 RBIs, 4 of them doubles in last night's game. Campbell was 1 for 3 with a run scored. Suncoast in the sun-colored jerseys tonight. Merritt Island in the black with the yellow pinstripes. Patrick's first pitch offering and outside for a ball, 0-1. So Patrick does fall behind to his second consecutive hitter. He rocks and fires, and there's a ground ball to the hole, picked up by Brandis. Long throw, the tag. Did he get him? Yes, indeed. Great play over there by first baseman Wesley Lawrence. And what a throw by Ty Brandis. That's 6'3", but not your usual high school 6'3". And that'll bring up, speaking of good shortstops, that's going to bring up Lee Ellis. Ellis last night also 1 for 3. He had 2 of the 3 RBIs last night for the Chargers. Ellis comes in as one of the 2 guys over 400 for Coach Jimmy. He's batting .429 this year, 33 hits, 26 RBIs. Patrick's first offering to him is an off-speed beaut, and it's 0-1. One and one. Patrick works pretty quick. The 1-1 on its way is a chopper foul, and now Ellis in a 1-2 hole. Suncoast trying to force a game 3, which would be in Riviera Beach on Thursday. Merritt Island trying to pick up an extra day of rest for their arms. The 1-2 is good take, 2-2. So our first deuces wild situation of the night. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here. Turn card pitch will be on its way. And there's a ground ball, and Miller tried to scoop it up, and that'll go in for a base hit. That was a play in the hole. Tough ball. We'll give Ellis a hit on that one. I don't know what game changer would give him, but we'll give Ellis a hit. His 34th of the year as John Cimbella steps up. Cimbella last night was 1 for 4, and he had the other RBI. Cimbella comes in this season. He's batting .286. He's got 20 hits, and he's 4th on the team with 18 RBIs. And the first pitch is fouled back to the screen for strike one. For Coach Bino, good move by Shane. For Coach Bino, you're encouraged by the fact that your guys are putting bat on the ball. You know, Shane throws hard. 0-1. That's a good shot right there, Caleb. And Patrick with another shot over to first base. Argalis Baez, our home plate umpire tonight, is out in the field tonight. Patrick with the 0-2, and there's a ground ball to Liam Miller up and over to Rolu, and the 5-4 ends the inning, and no hit or one hit, no runs, no errors, and one left on. We go to the bottom of the first. Suncoast nothing, Merritt Island coming to bat. All right, welcome back. Let's give you a little bit of information about tonight's pitcher for Suncoast. That's Brady Benavides. Benavides is making, let me pull the stats up here. Benavides is making his 11th appearance. He's 2-2 this year with a 1.88 ERA. Benavides, in 41 innings pitched, he has allowed 39 hits, 11 earned runs. He has struck out 50 and appears to have outstanding control as he has walked just 9 batters all season. That is an impressive mark. Let's take you around the field, if you don't mind. In left field, it's going to be Aiden Arjun. In center field tonight, it's Colin Campbell. Over in right, Hanley Case. From third to first tonight for the Chargers, your third baseman is, where's he at? Oh, that's right. He's being DH for tonight. The third baseman is Emmett Hassey. Emmett Hassey. Your shortstop is Lee Ellis. Your second baseman tonight is Braden Moore, and over at first base is John Cimbella. So Cimbella, and behind the plate tonight is number 16 for the Chargers, Jaden Agudello. So there is your infield and outfield for the visitors. As Ty Brandis steps in. Merritt Island last night pounded out 9 hits. Ty Brandis was 1 for 3 last night. First pitch is like Patrick's, low for ball one. The 1-0 is skied in the air. I don't know if anybody's got a shot at that. That thing is way up there. Yeah, I mean, listen, if he had made that play, that would have been an ESPN moment because that ball was about 50 stories high and caught that wind. It was like in the jet stream. Good try, though. And Brandis will catch a break there as Ty comes in batting .353 this year. He's got 30 hits. The 1-1 on its way from Benavides. And there's a ground ball. Ooh. Drills coach in the underarm area. Tough guy, tough guy. You know, he wants that one as a souvenir. He wants the one that's going to stop him from moving for the next 3 days. The 1-1. Actually, it's 1-2 now. Pitch. And took a little off of that. And the count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. It'll be Grant Arnold followed by Liam Miller, who had a night last night. He's over at third base tonight. The pitch, ground ball down to the first baseman. Good job looking it into his club, and a good job by Benavides to cover. And that's out number 1 on the old 1-3 flip. And that'll bring up Grant Arnold, the catcher. Arnold this season batting .320, 24 hits, 16 RBIs, 7 doubles. Last night in the game, I'll let you know right after this pitch. Misses for a ball. Arnold in last night's game was 1 for 3. Scored 3 of the 9 runs last night, though, for Merritt Island. 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1 from Benavides. The off-speed pitch is a beaut. Catches the outside corner, and it's 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Grant. And there's a little slapper, and Benavides flashes the leather. Nearly threw it away, but a good job by his first baseman to haul it in. So we go from a 1-3 to another 1-3. Actually, the last play was 3-1 is what that was, and that was 1-3. So we reverse it up. I called it wrong. My apologies if you're scoring at home. And I'm sure you got your scorebook out watching Alan Slaughter-Zinski on Brevard Sports Network, scoring right along with me. But in case there's one of you out there, the first play was 3-1, not 1-3. So I had to make the correction in my scorebook. As Liam Miller steps in, what a year Liam's had, huh? An OBP of 453, a 920 OPS, and he shows you why he can just simply hit the baseball as Liam Miller reaches with a 2-out single, and that'll bring up Jace Brandis. And Brandis, another one that can flat out put the ball where they ain't. 369 this year, 31 hits, 22 RBIs, and Jace got one last night that I thought was out of here. Jace last night in the game was 1 for 3, and he also scored 2 runs. Brandis, first pitch, and that gets past the catcher and down to second base and into scoring position. On the pitch goes Liam Miller. Miller probably feels weird out there running. 90% of the time he's coming off for Uzi because he's catching. Tonight, he does his own running. Benavides with the 1-0. And the count will go to 2-0. No score here, bottom of the first inning. Mustangs threatening with a runner at second, but 2 outs in the inning. Benavides is 2-0. Is a chopper down the first base line. Foul. Good call by the first base ump. That's not an easy call to make. That ball bounces, and he's got to determine whether that thing is over or behind. And it's obviously behind. There are, I believe, astronaut and satellite loss. Astronaut is eliminated. The pitch upstairs, 3-1. You'll see satellite play right here Thursday, 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock now on the Brevard Sports Network against, Key West. The 3-1 is ball 4. So a 2-out walk to Jace Brandis, and that'll bring up Braden Rouleau last night. Big night for Braden Rouleau last night. He was 2 for 4, and he drove in 3 of the Mustangs' runs last night. I mean, are we that far behind? Oh, well, I guess not. Okay, never mind. I just thought I would see him more. I guess I don't. Rolu. Pitch. That ball is lifted down the left field line. Chasing. And that is a foul ball. So the count is now 0-2 to Braden. I just thought we were you know what I'm saying? We're good then. Okay, yeah, well, that's about standard. Yeah, okay. 0-2 now, 2 outs. Benavides in a little bit of trouble here, but he's got 2 outs. Oh, nice pitch from Benavides to end the inning. So the Mustangs strand 2. We go to the top of the second, no score. All right, welcome back to Clinton Hurdle Field. It'll be Brady, Benavides, Hanley, Case, and Aiden Arjun for Suncoast. And inning number 2 for Shane Patrick, who was allowed 1 hit through 1. Benavides this season is a 397 hitter. Falls under the 400 mark last night. Was it? He is 0 for 4. He was 0 for 4 last night, so he's certainly looking to help his cause on the bump here tonight. The 0-1 is 0-2. Good call by the home plate umpire at the knees and on the corner. And Shane now has his counterpart in an 0-2 hole. Patrick kicks and fires, and that ball is lifted into right field. Asher Anderson coming on and makes the play for out number 1 here, and that'll bring up Hanley Case. Case, a .297 hitter this year, 11 hits, 5 RBIs. Two of those hits are doubles. Case last night was 1 for 2 officially last night. He was not a strikeout victim. And he fouls the first one off into the mitt of the freshman Grant Arnold, and that is strike 1. So after falling behind 0-1 on the first 2 hitters, Patrick is now going 0-1 on the next 4, and there's a ground ball up and at shortstop. Brandis up and over to Lawrence for out number 2. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. 2 outs. Aiden Arjun steps in. Arjun this year batting 189. He was 0 for 2 last night. The senior would love to finish over 200. A couple of hits could help him do that, and that's a curveball that drops in for a strike. 0-1 from first pitch curveball. 5 straight now, 0-1 on. And he just blows that one by him and sets him up at 0-2. So Patrick, 1 strike away from ending the inning in order. The 0-2, and he won't get him there. 1-2, good waste pitch. Good take by Arjun because he just swung at the one before that. That's strike 3 as Arjun elects to do a little window shopping, and he'll sit down for it. We go to the bottom of the second as Patrick retires the order inside. All right, welcome back to Clint Hurdlefield. I want to talk a little bit about Brady Chandler, one of the pitchers last night. I had asked during the broadcast last night why Chandler had only made 2 appearances all year. Well, I found out from his grandfather last night on Facebook that he was hit in the face. I can't remember if his grandfather said whether it was with a pitch or a batted ball, but he was hit in the face with a 100-mile-an-hour ball. He had to have his jaw wired shut for 6 weeks. And to get back out there and get on that mound and do what he did last night was pretty extraordinary because that is as much psychological as it is physical. So I got the answer to my question, and I thank the Chandler family for providing that. It'll be Asher Anderson, Connor Hurd, and Wesley Lawrence here for the Mustangs as we head into the bottom of inning number 2. Benavidez' first pitch is foul down the third baseline. Anderson looking at an 0-1 here. And it'll be 1-1. Asher with a tough night at the dish last night. 3 strikeouts last night, but that's, if you know Asher Anderson, he aggressively attacks the count, and a lot of times that leads to strikeouts. And boy, oh boy, though, he has come up with some big hits, and that's what I'm talking about. He'll go chase one every once in a while. And it's 1-2 to Asher, but whew, boy, if he gets a hold of one. Cape Coast Conference Championship, walked it off. Championship hit, yeah. I mean, he's a 1-2. And, oh, sorry. That must have hit him. Yeah, I guess it did. It hit him. So, must have hit him on the inside. Anyway, tomorrow night, game 1 here on Brevard Sports Network of the 6A2 Regional Quarterfinals, live from USSSA Stadium. As the Vieira Hawks will host Dwyer tomorrow night in game 1. And again, you'll also see FHSAA Regional Quarterfinal lacrosse action tomorrow night as Vieira hosts Oviedo. Connor Hurd steps in. The pitch to Connor. High and tight. 1-0. And off and running, and this ball is lifted into left field. And nice track out there for out number 1. Anderson was off and running on the pitch. Aiden Arjun out there with the catch. Good contact as Josh Brunston steps in. No, he doesn't. I'm looking at the wrong side. Wesley Lawrence. Colin Campbell is in center. See, Anderson goes again. Mustangs stole 3 bases last night. Stole 3 bases last night on Suncoast catchers. The 1-0 is 2-0. Hanley Case, Colin Campbell, and Aiden Arjun, your outfielders. Two and 0 now to Brunston. Fouled back to the screen. 2-1. Nate Bailey on deck. Anderson and Wesley's on it. Lawrence is on it, just getting pieces of it. But if you're Benavides, now you got him set up here. Got a pitch to play with, really, at 2-2. You throw him something off speed, or you just try to blow it by him. And Lawrence asked for time, as everybody wants to think about this pitch. Big pitch, because there's one out with a runner on first. Benavides. Nice move over to first, but back in time is Asher Anderson. That's a good check there, because Anderson was running before. Anderson with a big lead now. He takes an extra step after the throw over. And he went off speed, and I think he gave him his best off-speed pitch right there. And Lawrence did a nice job of protecting, because he was a little bit fooled by it, but he got the bat out just enough to foul it off. 2-2 it stays. Anderson again, and this one is popped up. Not sure if it's playable. I can't really see down that left field line too much because the sun is right there. So, beautiful campus, Merritt Island High School. here at Clint Hurdle Field. State champs in 99 and 2000. Oh, good move. Benavides, again, this is the first time I've seen the young man, but he certainly, he thinks like a very good pitcher does. Throwing over on the right balls, slide step, and that's a beautiful pitch to get Lawrence. And that's 2 outs. That's a big pitch right there. Big pitch. Nate Bailey steps in. Bailey last night was 1 for 3 in the Mustangs win. See if Anderson goes. He does not. Bailey with a ground ball, and that'll get past Ellis into left field. And once again, with 2 outs in the inning, the Merritt Island Mustangs will threaten with 2 runners on with 2 outs, and they are back to the top of the lineup with Ty Brandis. And now Benavides has really got to do some pitching here. Brandis grounded out to the first baseman his last time up. Moore, and Ellis over to first, and that'll end the inning. 6-3. So the Mustangs leave 2 again as we head to the third. No score. Welcome back. It'll be Josh Brunston, Jaden Aguadello, and Braden Moore back to the top of the lineup here in the top of the third inning as Shane Patrick goes back to work. Pitch off the plate, 1-0. I don't know where that missed. He asked for time. The umpire didn't give it, and as a result, it's 1-1. Now he gets his time. Yeah, he did not request it, and if he did, he may have requested it far too late. Yeah, I mean they got to ask for it. That's not it. Yeah, you got to request it. 1-1. Okay. Okay. We both turned our heads looking at that thing. He's like, I'll tell you, yeah, timeout. Watch me break your windshield with this foul ball. Mr. Broadcaster, I'll teach you. The 1-2 is 1-3. Beautiful pitch by Shane, and took a lot off of that one. Strike one. Good pitch, but it misses. 1-1. One ball, one strike, one out here. Swing and a miss, 1-2. This is a must win for Suncoast. And there's a foul ball picked up by the catcher. And this one is skied in the air. Braden Rolu calls and hauls. 2 outs. Patrick has now sat down 6 Chargers in a row as we go back to the top of the lineup, and Braden Moore swing and a miss, strike 1 to Moore, who struck out his first time up. Not a confident swing from Braden there. He takes some good cuts, not that time. The 0-1, and there's one. And what a play by Liam Miller. Can he get it across in time? Dead and ant. Liam Miller with a great stop to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We go to the bottom of the third. No score here. All right, welcome back. It's going to be the heart of the order for the Mustangs here. Grant Arnold, Liam Miller, and Jace Brandis. You know, being around this team, I think we've done 5 Merritt Island, 6 Merritt Island broadcasts this year. Broadcast the Challenger Classic and at least 3 of the O'Galley games, right? There's an air of confidence that this team has, and they're a fun team to be around this year. They really are. I've enjoyed watching these guys this year. Just a really fun bunch of guys. And they seem to really, really get along well. And that's, listen, when you got a team that's got, these guys are relatively new. I mean, they had 9 seniors, 10 seniors on that team last year. Arnold, who grounded out to the pitcher his last time up. But when I say grounded out, Benavides made a terrific play on a ball that was a chop that looked like it was going to get over his head. Benavides in his third inning of work, 2 strikeouts thus far, and Arnold drills that one, and that's going to get in the gap. Arnold around first and on his way to second. The ball is picked up out there and thrown in, and Grant Arnold kicks off inning number 3 with a stand-up double. And Liam Miller will step in. That was an absolute rocket into the gap by Arnold. A rocket. Arnold's 8th double of the year. That is the team lead. As Liam Miller steps in, Liam singled his last time up. I noticed he was the Friday Night Locker Room's player of the game last night. Ours was Braden Rolu, and that is out of play. And Liam, of course, was right there with him. 0-1. Arnold with the lead. Listen, Grant Arnold will steal third base. Nice pitch, 0-2. And now Miller's going to have to battle back here as Jace Brandis is on deck. The Mustangs stole 3 bases last night. Here's the pitch. Curveball inside. That was a changeup. 1-2. What did you think that was? Changeup? Curveball? Curve, yeah. 1-2. It's tough when you do the broadcast. You don't sit behind, or where you can see the ball coming, because you can't see the dot or the break or the spin. Because there are so many pitches that look like the other these days. 1-2. Don't get me started on the cutter. And Miller stays alive. That's a good contact swing right there to foul that off. The slurve, that thing comes. I can pick up a slurve, though, because it sweeps. Curveball breaks. A slurve sweeps. The cutter's what, That's popped up and out of play. 2-seam, 4-seam fastballs are pretty easy to decipher. Sliders, depends how they throw it. But that cutter can get you sometimes. The 1-2 from Benavides to the 389, now 391 hitter for the Mustangs, Liam Miller. The pitch, and Miller gets in. That's going to get in the gap, and that'll score Arnold easily. Miller's going to try. No, he's going to hold up. Nice play out there by Colin Campbell to get the ball back in. He saves a double, but they cannot save a run as Grant Arnold will cross the plate, and Liam Miller is now 2 for 2 with an RBI single, and that'll bring up Jace Brandis as Miller went the other way with that, and that's a good piece of hitting by him. Brandis walked his last time up. So the top of the order does it again for the Mustangs. Benavides shows bunt, committed, strike 1. Fouled back and out of play. So the count is now Nothing and two. One out here on the Connor Hurd fly out to left field. Oh, I'm sorry. On the no, there's nobody out. Shouldn't be anybody out. Why is the scoreboard showing it out? And there's a shot down the left field line. Yeah, I don't have anybody out. My apologies. Oh, that's Brandish's number. Okay, I got it. Thank you, Caleb. Pitch, and he just gets a piece of that. Told me about the scoreboard. Brandis battling Benavides. Miller at first, already one in, nobody out. The pitch, and that's a line drive, and that's going to get down, and Miller will round second and stop. And the Mustangs right now, back-to-back base hits, 3 hits to start the third as Braden Rouleau comes up. Rouleau struck out his last time up. With nobody out, I would not be surprised at all to see Braden try to lay one down the third base line here, because that's going to bring third baseman's going to have to turn if they want Miller to try to make a play at third. He's not in at all near the grass. He's about 3 steps off the grass, the third baseman is. That's Emmett Fhsaa. So we'll see what the strategy is here. And it is bunt, and it is a beaut. It goes right in front of the plate. The only play is the first, made by Benavides. So the outstanding sacrifice bunt by Rouleau gets the runners over, and it's one out with now runners at second and third. Nice job, Braden Rouleau. Asher Anderson will now step in, and first base is open. Asher Anderson was hit by a pitch his last time up. It's a nice play by Benavides to get him at first. And Anderson, kind of a weird looking swing there, but a swing nonetheless, and strike one. The infield is now in across to try to prevent another run. This is exactly what we saw in the Cape Coast Conference Championship, and Anderson put it right through the middle of the infield for the championship winning run in that tournament. And Benavides, if he knows his hitters, knows he can get Anderson to chase something here and put him in an 0-2 hole. Let's see. Here's the pitch. And that just misses. And it only misses because he said it missed, because it looked like a strike to me. 1-1. Benavides threw a nice pitch there. The 1-1 on its way. And Anderson gets into one. One run is in around third, and on his way to score. The third run is Jace Brandis, and the Mustangs lead it 3-0 as Asher Anderson with a 2 RBI single, and still just one out in the inning. Connor Hurd will step up, and that worked to perfection. And here comes Coach Bino. Uh-oh. Cake by the Ocean again playing. Let's step aside. We'll be right back here on the Brevard Sports Network. All right, welcome back. Mound meeting over. I wouldn't think there's any thoughts of. I mean, I'm sure they've got activity in their bullpen, but I mean, it's not as if Benavides is pitching a bad game. I actually like his location. Merritt Island's just been swinging the bats extremely hot. There's a ground ball down to third base, and that is an error. And he's safe. That's going to be an E5 there. Connor Hurd will reach, and down the second base goes Asher Anderson. So it's first and second with one out. He's got to come up with that. He knows that. And that'll bring up Wesley Lawrence. So three already in. Seventh batter of the inning. Coming up. We're talking about Merritt Island and how hot their bats have been recently. Scored 9 runs the other night against Suncoast. In the game that won the district championship, they scored 12. 3 against Sally, 14 against Masters Academy. So they've been plating some runs lately. And this one is hit into right field. Will he get there? No. Nice try. And that'll score Asher Anderson. And in for a stand-up double is Wesley Lawrence. And over to third base goes Connor Hurd as Asher Anderson will get the big greeting in the dugout. And it's 4-0 Merritt Island. And Haley Case gave it all he had there. You got to play back deep there to the way this ball's been carrying the last 2 nights. And he came in on it and gave a great effort. He actually had the ball hit the top of his glove. And so good effort by Case, but wasn't enough to get the out as Nate Bailey steps in. Bailey walked his last time up, which was last inning, as Benavides steps in, or steps back on the rubber, I should say. Pitch. Curveball in the dirt. Nice stop back there by Aguadello. Just talking to Merritt Island principal about the possibility of both O'Galley and Merritt Island matching up in the regional quarterfinals. And there's a ground ball to, he's going to try it, and no, it's not going to work as Connor Hurd slides under the tag. Braden Moore, listen, that's going to be a sack, fielder's choice RBI for Nate Bailey. But I got to say this. If Braden Moore doesn't hesitate for that split second, he may have a shot at him. But he just thought about it for a split second, and that's what cost him the ability to be able to get Connor Hurd as the 5th run of the inning slides across the plate. And back to the top of the order in Ty Brandis. On deck is Grant Arnold, who led off the inning with a double. So this is the 8th batter of the inning. Ninth batter of the inning. And 5 across for the Mustangs. And that gets, nice job by the catcher, Aguadello, to keep the ball right there. So you got Wesley Lawrence at third. Some of the things you hear on the bench are beautiful, but you can't repeat them on air. That's for sure. I love it. But he didn't know the principal was standing here. That's the best part. I love it. Here's the pitch, popped up. Uh-oh. All right. Okay, as much as I hate to see that poor roof get banged up, better that roof than my windshield. Two and two. Ooh, just misses. 3-2. That's where you feel bad for the pitcher, but they don't give you anything. You see my Orioles Sunday, 24-2. The 3-2 on its way. Chopper and Benavides is going to turn 2. The 1-6, 3 double play will get them out of the inning. Nice job by Benavides here to get the 1-6-3 turn. Good turn by Ellis, and that will end the inning. But the Mustangs send 9 batters to the plate. They 5 hits, 5 runs, 1 error, 2 left. We go to the top of the 4th. 5-0 Merritt Island. All right, welcome back. Here's where you'll see the craftsmanship of Shane Patrick, and he's been sitting, and he's going to start the inning off with a strike, and that's perfect. Patrick comes into the inning having sat 7 in a row, but he's been sitting quite a while himself as his teammates have staked him to a 5-0 lead here as we head to the top of the 4th inning as Lee Ellis steps in. Ellis, no, this is, why is calling Campbell up? Oh, he was due up. Okay, I put the K in the wrong spot. My bad. Yeah. So this is Colin Campbell, center fielder. Campbell, his last time up, grounded out to Ty Brandis. The Patrick 1-2 is just off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 is outside, the home plate umpire said. 3-2. So the count is full to Campbell, and Suncoast needs base runners. And the pitch. Ground ball. Brandis watches it all the way into the glove. And a good throw over to Lawrence is 1 out, 8 in a row as Lee Ellis steps in. That was a good job. You could actually see Ty Brandis watch that ball all the way into his glove. Ellis with a base hit his last time up. And he'll look at strike 1. The last 7 batters, Patrick has greeted with a strike. The 0-1 on its way. And that is grounded foul. And now he's got Ellis in an 0-2 hole. So this should be an interesting battle here. Ellis, an outstanding hitter. Patrick, an outstanding pitcher. What will Patrick throw him here? Will he try to blow one by here up top as a waste pitcher? Just go after him. And takes a little bit off. And good job by Shane. One and two. And this is Brandis again. And nice job by Wesley over there. And that's back-to-back 6 threes. And that is 8 in a row now by Patrick as John Cimbella steps in. Check that, 9 in a row. Cimbella steps in. Cimbella ended an inning with a fielder's choice. Back in the first pitch. And Shane, first time in 8 batters, he hasn't started them off with a strike. 1-0. 2-0. So Cimbella's very much in the hitter's count now. I'd probably make him throw me one. You know he will, but. And there's a ground ball to the second baseman. Ralu up and over to first. 6-3, 6-3, 4-3 ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down, 10 in a row for Patrick. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 5-0 Mustangs. Benavides will return for his 4th inning of work over in the bullpen. Charlie Straub has over there warming up for Suncoast. I don't know how long the leash is at this point from skipper Jimmy Bino, but he went through all 9 batters, and this will be Grant Arnold, who led off the 3rd, will lead off the 4th as the Mustangs lead it 5-0 here over Suncoast. And they win it. Merritt Island won that game. So the Mustangs softball team does a comeback in the bottom of the 7th to win a game. Down 7-3 at one point, come back and win it 8-7. Nice job, ladies. I don't know who they played. Districts for them start in another week. Pitch. And the curveball low, ball 1. 1-0 to Grant, who has grounded out and doubled and scored in the game. Aguadello not happy with the call, and I don't think I'd be either. 2-0. Sebastian River they beat, okay. 2-0. Benavides to Arnold. And Arnold hits this one deep. Back, track, wall, and you, Grant Arnold, can touch them all. That is a leadoff solo home run, and the Merritt Island Mustangs lead it 6-0. Arnold absolutely destroyed that pitch. Colin Campbell and Haley Case could only turn and watch, and it is 6-0. And that'll bring up Liam Miller. My goodness gracious. He hit that one a ton. Miller, 2 for 2. 2 singles. And just misses. 1-0. Miller pops it up. This might be playable. Cimbella gives chase, and the young man, I tell you, man, my heart goes out to that guy because he has chased some foul balls in I don't know if you remember Oakland Alameda Coliseum and their foul territory, but it's very similar here. You are running for days to catch a foul ball here, at least on the first base side. Cimbella, he'll sleep well. 1-1 to Miller. Yeah. Benavides, the pitch, and the off speed will not hit, and it's 2-1. Low and outside, 3-1. This, if he doesn't get Miller here, this could be his last batter. The on-deck hitter is Jace Brandis. The 3-1 is 3-2. That's the third home run of the year for the Merritt Island Mustangs. And that's ball 4. And the first of the year for Arnold. And out comes Jimmy Bino. And that is likely going to do it for Benavides. Listen, Merritt Island hit some good pitches tonight. They just did. Benavides did not turn in a bad effort as Coach Bino takes the ball. And we'll step aside to tell you who the new pitcher will be. Charlie Straub takes the bump now for Suncoast. He's 2-3 this year with a 1.31 ERA for Straub. This is appearance or inning. He's pitched 16 innings, got 11 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them earned, 9 walks, and 18 strikeouts this year for Straw. But the first batter he'll face is Jace Brandis. The runner at first, Liam Miller, belongs to Benavides, who went and he bunts. Benavides goes 3 innings, gives up 6 runs on 9 hits tonight, and strikes out 2. And, of course, the home run to Grant Arnold that probably just landed somewhere up on 528. The pitch, Steve Reich, 2 to Jace Brandis. Mustangs with another big inning here in the middle frame. They did it last night and doing it again tonight. In the dirt, and it gets away, and down to second base goes Liam Miller. And he gets in, but a good throw from Aquadella nearly got him. So, Michael Bonilla says, great job, Merritt Island. Keep up the momentum. Keep the momentum going. Let us know where you're watching from. We love to chat with you. We're an interactive broadcast. The lefty fires, and it misses. So the lefty-lefty matchup will go to a 2-2 count. And that ball is fouled in front of the plate and trickles beyond the foul line. I always like the comedians that say, why is it a foul pole? Right? I mean, it's in fair territory, right? Shouldn't it be fair pole? Same thing with the foul line. It's a fair line. But why break baseball tradition, right? 2-2. That's old George Carlin bit, I think. There's my favorite move in baseball. He added a little extra drama to it. I appreciate Straub for doing that because that play is popped up, and this should be easy peasy lemon squeezy for Fhsaa, and it is out number 1 as Braden Rolu will step in. Braden with a sacrifice bunt, a beautiful sacrifice bunt, and a strikeout in this one. As I don't see, I think we got another pitcher warming up, just beginning to stretch over in the bullpen. Come on. Outside. Yeah, they do. Skied in the air. Cimbella. Oh, man. Just another tough play. Cimbella's telling his second baseman, man, you got to take that. You got to take that. It'll fall. And Rolu will reach. Asher Anderson will step in. And Cimbella's right. I want to say hello to Sherry Joyce, who Braden Rouleau's grandparents are watching from Maryland, my home state of Maryland. And I will quickly, I just turned on the MLB app to check out my Orioles. I will quickly turn it back off. They are losing 5-0. Yeah, to the Nationals. Well, I mean, we're not any better. In the dirt, that's going to, that hit him. That hit Asher Anderson. And he's going to have to go back to third. So the bases are going to be loaded here as Asher Anderson will be hit by a pitch for the second time in the game, and that's going to bring up Connor Hurd, who reached on an error his last time up. Connor Hurd now with a golden opportunity now. Ball one outside. The 1-0 is 2-0. No place to put him. Hurd fouls that off, and it's 2-1. So Hurd still in a hitter's count. Everywhere you look is a Mustang. Miller at third, Rolu at second, and Asher Anderson at first. On deck hitter is Wesley Lawrence, and the guy at the plate is Connor Hurd, who gets into one, lifts it down the line, and the left fielder's chasing. Did he get it? Nope. And that ball in Hurd, that's just a long fly ball strike. That's what, I don't know if you can show those flags real quick, but the wind here for 2 nights has been doing that. And if you can get one up into the jet stream a little bit there, maybe, where like Katy Perry went into space, that's about as high as you got to hit it. If you can get it there, then you can get it out. The 2-2 upstairs, and now an interesting scenario awaits us. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And here's the pitch, and that's ball 4. Run number 7 comes in. That'll be an RBI for Hurd. And the bases will stay loaded as everybody moves up 90 feet. And Wesley Lawrence steps in, and Lawrence doubled his. No, we got a new hitter. We got a new hitter in. And this is going to be, is that Joel Terry? So Joel Terry steps in. Shout out to the Merritt Island coach, a.k.a. Pops, love you all you do. Kit Wyman, thank you. Thank you all. So Joyce, first time I've seen this young man bat. So let's learn about him together, shall we? Pitch upstairs, 2-0. So Joel Terry, he doesn't have any stats. Oh, there he is at the top. I'm sorry. This is his 34th at-bat. He's batting .265. He's got 9 hits this year, 9 RBIs. He's an RBI guy, and that's a strike, 2-1. So he has made the most of his 9 hits. He does have a home run and a double. He's got one of the 3 Mustang home runs this year. The 2-1 is 3-1, gets away, and it is 8-0. Three and 1 now to Terry. And runners at second and third now. Nate Bailey on deck. The 3-1 is popped up. That's going to get out of play. I've never seen balls hit so many roofs in my life here. You know what I mean? It's kind of like It's kind of like playing a video game, right? Can you get that ball from that roof to that roof? Boom, boom, boom. The 3-2 is strike three, and that is a strikeout looking as Nate Bailey will step in. It's the second inning in a row Shane Patrick has had to sit a while here. And now with 2 outs, Bailey steps up with runners at second and third. A base hit makes it 10-0. And if they could do that and Patrick goes and gets 3 outs, we're done. It's high, 1-1. Yeah, you could just tell by the way he turned his shoulder in. He knew it was a strike, 1-2. Tim Madison pops. And that ball is hit down the line. Left fielder's got a track and hauls it in for the third and final out, but not before the Mustangs played 3 more and sent 8 more. They have sent 17 batters to the plate in the last 2 innings and have scored 8 runs in the process. We head to the top of the 5th. Mustangs 8, Chargers nothing. All right, Shane Patrick back out after another lengthy rest here. And all he's done is retired 10 in a row as Brady Benavides steps in. Yep, they don't have it. Ground ball, third baseman Liam Miller up with a dart over to first. And Liam Miller flashing the cannon that they call an arm. And it's 1 out. And Hanley Case steps in. Yeah, I don't know. There's a strike. Outside, 1-1. The 1-1 is a ground ball, backhanded, and it actually going to get through there for a base hit. Nice hit by Hanley Case. And that will end 11 in a row sat down by Patrick. Case ends that with the base hit, and Aiden Arjun steps in. 1 out. Patrick takes a peek over. Kicks and fires. High and tight, 1-0. I did too. 1. Yeah, well, we can't find it. Two and 0 as Grant Arnold goes out to have a conversation with Patrick. Swing and a miss, and it worked because Patrick throws straight heat past him. Two and 1 is 2 and 2. I know. 3 and 1 is out of play, and the count will be full. It'd be interesting to see here if Coach will have Hanley Case off and running here. Oof. What is the count? 3-2 now. Okay. Or that I was going to say that was 3-2. That should be a walk. And it is. So now runners at first and second with Josh Brunston up. So Patrick allows a base hit and then issues his first walk of the night. Plenty of cushion here. 8-0 as he faced the left-hander Josh Brunston, who he struck out back in the third. And he fouls this one into the mitt of Grant Arnold. Nothing and 1. Time called that time. Same batter last time, it didn't get it. Requested that time. Must be a thing, I guess. But he requests it and gets it. And he is back in the box. Nothing and 1. And he hits this one deep into the gap, tracking over the head of the center fielder. They had to wait. This is going to be 1 run will score. Are they going to try for 2? No. But crossing the plate with the first run of the night is Hanley Case on the double by Josh Brunston. And now it's second and third with just 1 out here. As Jaden Agueldo steps in, and he popped out to Braden Rolu his last time up. That ball was well struck by Brunston. So after retiring 11-0, 11 straight, Patrick has now allowed the last 3 to reach base, 2 hits and a walk as Agueldo steps in. And Patrick just rears back and throws strike, and that's what he's got to do. It's 8-1. It's a 7-run lead. Shane doesn't even need to look at the runners on base because they're not going anywhere. Throw strikes and get out of the inning. Let your defense play. The 0-1 is 0-2. Aguadello now in an 0-2 hole. And Patrick I don't think, not got cute. You've just thrown 2 fastballs right by him. He's way late on them. Go get him one more time. Maybe change the eye level a little bit. The 0-2 on its way. He does. Nice job. Nice take, too, by Aguadello. That's not an easy take on 0-2. And Aguadello does that. Got him. 2 outs. Patrick took just enough off of that one. And that'll bring up Braden Moore and the top of the line. A beautiful pitch by Patrick. So 2 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Patrick has found the zone. Oof. That is ball 1 right down the middle. 1-1. And there's a little poke to left field, but Nate Bailey's out there. And Bailey hauls it in for the 3rd and final out, but not before they get 2 hits in a run. They strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 8-1 Merritt Island. The Mustangs have sent 17 batters to the plate in the last 2 innings as they lead off the 5th inning with the top of the order again. It'll be Ty Brandis, Grant Arnold, and Liam Miller. Brandis, the only one that did not bat in the 3rd and the 4th inning. Everybody else in the lineup took swings in those 2 innings. First pitch outside from the southpaw, Charlie Straub. They'll give him that one. 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. Popped up. I mean, way up. Ooh, overran it. I'll tell you, Suncoast, if you're not used to playing these pop flies here, man, it can take, well, obviously not 2 games because they've struggled mightily doing it here tonight as he just overran that one. And Brandis picks up new life. And the count is 1-2, though. The pitch. And it's upstairs, 2-2. That ball is hit deep, but back is Colin Campbell to haul it in for out number 1, way back there on the center field track. And now the man that got it over the fences last time up, Grant Arnold, who hit a ball into the stratosphere his last time up, steps up. Arnold in this one tonight with a home run and a double and 2 runs scored. And he gets this one pretty good back. The left fielder's tracking and hauls it in. Does Aiden Arjun, and at 2 deep fly balls to start off the 5th inning. Liam Miller steps in. He'll give it his try. Miller tonight is 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored. He walked his last time up. Bottom of the 5th inning, 8-1 Merritt Island. The pitch upstairs, ball 1. Jace Brandis would be next. That'll be right in there for strike 1, 1-1. And 1-2. So as you heard Coach say, 2-strike approach. Generally that is trying to punch the ball through the middle somewhere. With 2 strikes, obviously don't want to pull it because you get caught doing that. Say hello to Cheryl Evdelis. Nothing better than BSN playoff baseball. Go Mustangs. Thank you, Cheryl. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Deuce's wild turn card pitch is smacked in the center field for a 2-out base hit. And Liam, all he does is get hits. Miller is at first. Jace Brandis steps in, popped out to the third baseman, singled and walked. He also scored back in the third. Liam Miller's now 3 for 3 tonight. And last night was 2 for 4. Pitch. One and 0. 2 outs here. That hit him. So now there's 2 on and 2 outs. Third hit batter of the night by Braden Rouleau steps in, and Braden Rouleau, who had a 3-hit night last night, has another one tonight, and a nice sack bunt back in the third. He struck out back in the first, and here comes Coach. We got a new pitcher coming. Coaches say, yep, and they do, as they will take out Charlie Straub. He gets a hand, and coming in, we'll tell you all about the new Charger pitcher when we return here on Brevard Sports Network. All right. If this isn't a baseball name, there never was one. The new pitcher for the Suncoast Chargers is number 18, Jason Giamboy. That's right, Jason Giamboy. He is 6-2 this year with a 2.68 ERA. This is his 11th appearance, 47 innings pitched, 18 earned runs, 18 walks, and he's a strikeout guy. He's got 65 of them as he gets ready here to face Braden Rouleau. Jason Giamboy. I had to look at that twice when I was doing my prep work. And I'm like, is that right? I was kind of hoping it was Giambi, right? You know. So here we go. Yep, he's look. Yeah, you hear him. He's looking at it too. He can't. He's like, is this right? Yep, it's Jason Giamboy as he'll face Braden Rouleau. And here we go. 65 strikeouts this year for Giamboy. And yes, I will say his name as many times as I can. People at home are going, he's just saying his name to say it. You're right. No apologies. The pitch. And outside, ball one. Liam Miller at second. And Jace Brandis at first. Rouleau. And that is through off the glove of the third baseman. And they're going to hold everybody up here. And now bases will be loaded. Let's see here. Yep, I missed it. Okay, Asher Anderson steps in. So for the fourth time in the game tonight, bases are loaded. And if Asher Anderson can find a gap, this one could be over. Here in the bottom of the sixth. Anderson tonight has been hit by a pitch twice and singled. He's got 2 RBIs, so he's officially 1 for 1. Anderson from Giamboy is ball one. Good eye by Asher. No place to put him. Oof. Straight smoke there from Giamboy to Anderson, and it's 1-1. Foul back and out of play. So Anderson in a 1-2 hole here. Giamboy with the bases loaded has come on in relief here. Pitch, and he got him. And that fastball makes it strike 3. Inning over. The Mustangs strand the bases loaded. We're heading to the top of the sixth, 8-1. All right, welcome back here to Clinton Hurdle Field as we go to the top of the sixth inning. As for it'll be Colin Campbell, Lee Ellis, and John Cimbella. The O'Galley game right now, 1-0 in the bottom of the fifth inning. Balin Jesuit up in that one, according to Max Preps. Shane 1-2 to Campbell. 4 strikeouts tonight. And that's fouled off by Campbell, who has grounded out. Twice to Ty Brandis. Pitch is strike 3 as Campbell gets caught looking, and Lee Ellis will step in as he too has grounded out twice. That's the 5th K of the night for Patrick. How many you got? Ryan, you got 5 strikeouts? Ryan, I think that's his name. You got 5 strikeouts? Yeah, 5 strikeouts. Yep, 5 strikeouts for Patrick tonight. As Lee Ellis is now down 0-1. And Rockledge's season has come to an end as American Heritage has defeated them 4-3. So, yep, that's a final from American Heritage. 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning do the Raiders in as they led 3-0 in that one going into the 6th inning. And American Heritage scores 4 in the bottom of the 6th to win it 4-3. So the Raiders' season will come to an end. And the count here is 2 balls and 2 strikes to Lee Ellis. O'Galley down 1-0. Satellite lost earlier today, 11-5. Merritt Island Astronaut lost. Merritt Island right now, the only Brevard County team winning. And there's a ground ball charging. It is Brandis. Backhands, throws. Won't get him. Threw it away, in fact. And that, he should be able to go to second. He will. And that's the first error of the night for the Mustangs.
Now batting number 20.
Well, we're going to see here. I don't think the ball went in the dugout. If it didn't, he shouldn't be allowed second. Yeah, that's not out of play over there. If that's not in the dugout, then he's not allowed second base. Arnold debating this case pretty good here. He's asking. He's like, I set the ground rules. I told you guys before the game. That's not out of bounds. Why is he standing at second base? I get it. Send him back. I don't know if he's going to win the argument, but he's certainly making the case. I mean, they go over ground rules. That's what Jason's telling them. Do you guys not remember them? Yeah, well. So we're going to see here what they decide as they talk it over. And they're going to award him second base. And Jason's not at all happy about it. And he wants to know the reason why they came to the decision they came to, which he's allowed. So I think they're saying the ball hit off of equipment over there, but that's their equipment. That's their problem. The ball, yeah. I mean, listen, that's just okay. All right, well, not going to work out in Merritt Island's favor. It's an error. It's a throwing error, actually. So down to second base goes Ellis as Johnson Bella steps up. Jason Arnold made him work for that call, didn't he? I don't blame him. I mean, you can't. It's hard to do that with a guy that spent 20 years playing high level, fantastic baseball. You know what I mean? There's a pop up for the second out, just like that. The play won't even turn out to matter, but it's the point. It's like it's the point. Yeah, he sets the ground rules. I mean, it's like you don't know him, right? So, yeah. So Brady Benavides steps in. Benavides was the starter in this one, and I thought I mean, check swing foul. A lot of people say, well, how can you say he pitched well giving up 6 runs? I thought he really did a nice job tonight, but Merritt Island they're dialed in with the bats. This young man hit his spots tonight he wanted to hit, and you could see the front. He wasn't missing spots. Merritt Island was putting bat to ball. Pitch is low. Commodores have jumped in front 3-1 in the top of the seventh inning there. So O'Galley looking to finish off Balin Jesuit tonight. So congratulations so far here. You still got another half inning. But O'Galley, 3-1 over Balin Jesuit right now. Man, if O'Galley wins and Merritt Island wins, it's these two teams again. Pitch. And that is why that matters. And around third and on his way, the throw. And that's why that double or error and allowing him to have second base is going to matter, because that is the second run. Like I said, it's just the principle of it. So the Chargers have scored in each of the last two half innings. Pitch fouled back and just over the screen and out of play. Pitch off the plate, nothing, or 1-1, I should say. Merritt Island hangs on. We'll conduct our post-game interviews tonight as they close out the series. And that ball is hit, and is that going to get in? And yes, it will get down and around second on his way to third. And he will make it safely as Benavides. And that's about as long a single as you're going to see in high school baseball. But now, runners at first and third here in the bottom of the sixth. And the bullpen is stirring. Still 2 outs, though. And this is going to be number 17, pinch hitting. This is going to be Hayden Niehoff, last night's pitcher, batting for Aiden Arjun. Niehoff steps in. With an opportunity here. It's 8-2. Patrick to the set. Kicks, fires, ground ball, and Brandis scoops it up and flips for the third and final out. As Hanley Case will go out 6-4. That'll end the inning. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 error, 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 6th for real this time. 8-2 Merritt Island. Connor Hurd, Wesley Lawrence, and Nate Bailey due up for the Mustangs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. A 6-run lead as they look to close out this regional quarterfinal matchup. And apparently here, if O'Galley can hang on to their 3-1 lead, it appears that they have, for the 6th and at least 7th time this year, it'll be O'Galley and Merritt Island, and that series is slated to begin here. That'll be next week, and I'm pretty sure you'll see it on Brevard Sports Network. All 3 of those, if it takes all 3. Connor Hurd, pitch. And it's 2-0. 4 runs would end it here. But that would be a long inning. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Oh, sorry. That ball is lifted into left field. And Arjun, who was pinch hit for, comes on to make the catch for out number 1 as Wesley Lawrence steps in. I want to thank all of you for joining us here tonight. and last night. And be sure to join us tomorrow night and Thursday night. I'll be at USSSA Stadium tomorrow night for Vieira and Dwyer. I'll be at Satellite on Thursday at 3 o'clock for Satellite and Key West in Game 3. And then at USSSA Stadium Thursday night for Game 2 of Vieira and Dwyer. There you have it. Ground ball to the first baseman. He's going to have to flip. He does. And that's out number 2. And that's a 3-1 as Nate Bailey steps in. The Mustangs have not gone 1, 2, 3 in any inning tonight. In fact, between innings 2, 3, 4, and 5, they sent 27 hitters to the plate. The pitch. Oh! I tell you what, Nate Bailey, 2 nights in a row. He said that was a mosquito bite. All right, back to the top of the order. Nate Bailey just shook it off. He stares the pitcher down a little bit. I don't blame him. I don't like getting hit in the face either. Certain level of adrenaline flows through you when something is thrown at you and hits you. And Bailey says, you know what? I'm going to take a base too. And he will. And down the second goes Nate Bailey with a stolen base. Pitcher smiles a little bit. He knows. He knows. Listen, man, it's the game inside the game. He knows it. And that's a strike. I mean, Nate wasted no time taking off either. Yeah, right. The 1-1 as Brandis, well, actually it was 2 strikes, strikes out. But we go to the top of the 7th. Suncoast down to their final 3 outs here. Right back on Brevard Sports Network. How many? Thank you. All right, here we go to the top of the 7th inning. And it's 8-2 here. And this, I believe, is Josh Brunston stepping in. Strike 1. The regional quarterfinals are 2 out of 3 as well. or the regional semifinals, I should say. And they are scheduled to begin on the 28th for 1A through 4A. So that is going to be Tuesday, I believe. 25th, 26th, Monday. Monday. The regional semifinals begin Monday. Foul back and out of play. From 1A through 4A, they begin on Monday. They will begin in, I don't know when they begin in the other brackets in 5A through 7A, because they play all the way through Saturday on their quarterfinals. Here you go, semifinals, 5A through 7A, the 30th and May 1st and 3rd. So the 28th, the 29th, and the 1st. That ball is lifted. This is a tough play, a real tough play. It's going to drop in for a bloop single. Batting for Suncoast is going to be Thomas Pastor for Jaden Aguadello here tonight. So we'll have all three games of the Ogali and Merritt Island series for you. Two of the three for Vieira, and we'll have game 3 Thursday between Satellite and Key West. So an exciting 2 weeks of baseball coming up as Patrick throws strike one. Back over to first. Our post-game interviews tonight will be with Liam Miller and Grant Arnold. Arnold with a home run that just landed. 1-1 to Pastore. And Patrick just rears back and throws it past him. He's over the 90-pitch plateau for the night. Working into the 7th inning. But again, the week will reset, and he'll get 5 days here. That ball, that's another tough play. Left fielder. Nice job out there by Nate Bailey. And that is out number 1. And back to the top of the order with Braden Moore. Braden Moore is 0 for 3, struck out, grounded out, and he has flown out to the left fielder. It's Bailey, Brandis, and Asher Anderson, Miller, Brandis, Raul, Lawrence, and Grant Arnold, the battery mate to Shane Patrick. Patrick looking for the complete game win here. And there's a ground ball to first baseman. 1-6, and the slide 14 feet before the bag will prevent the double play. But they got the lead runner, and that's a good play. That was a crazy slide. Hey, he did his job. He broke it up. He just did it 25 feet before the bag. Fielder's choice, and Brunston will go out 1-6. And down to their final out with Colin Campbell. He struck out window shopping his last time up. The pitch, and he swings way over the top of a Patrick off-speed pitch, 0-1. And that foul tip And the Merritt Island Mustangs are one strike away from a 2-0 sweep over Suncoast to advance to face the Ogallie Commodores on Monday in the regional semifinals. Pitch outside. The Commodores and the Mustangs will play for a sixth time this year. Should they go 3 games, 8 times. That is incredible. The 1-2 on its way. 1-2. 5 in the third and 3 in the fourth for Merritt Island. Patrick, one more peek over. The pitch to Campbell. And, man, you want to talk about some BG staying power up there. Staying alive is Colin Campbell. 1-2. Patrick upstairs, and deuces are wild now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Number 32 looking for out number 3 as he approaches pitch 100 on the night. Here's the pitch upstairs, and the count is full. Braden Moore will be off on the pitch. Comes down to this right here. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Patrick getting the claps and the cheers from the fans in the stands. Patrick rocks, kicks, and that one is drilled into center field right at Chase Brandis for the 3rd and final out. And the Merritt Island Mustangs have swept the Suncoast Chargers. They win it 8-2. Your winning pitcher, Shane Patrick. And we'll see you tomorrow night from USSSA Stadium as the Viera Hawks will take on the Dwyer Panthers in Game 1 here on Brevard Sports Network. For Caleb Brown,